Hi everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I know that I am. Thank you, Jesus. Always provides, always on my side. I am blessed, I feel blessed, and I'm happy. So I'm cooking. Today is a real dreary day outside, if you see. No sunshine, nothing. It's really cold out. I think we're waiting for some snow in New York, so it's really, really cold. So you know what I'm gonna have on the menu today? Some soup. I'm gonna make some delicious soup to go with the weather. And right here, I have some pork neck bones. Pork neck bones. So they look like this, and they look really meaty. Like I said, I washed them already. So, okay, I'm gonna do pork neck bones, and we have to get the big guns out, okay? Here we go. Big guns are coming out. There we go. Big pot. All right. To my soup, I'm going to be adding neck bones. I have my sofrito, my tomato paste. I'm also going to add carrots. I have this pretty, like, purple color carrot, purple and yellow. And I'm going to also throw this carrot. I already washed and peeled them. And I'm going to take this corn, I'm going to slice it in little slices. I'm going to add that in there. And I'm going to put two types of pasta in it because I have like leftovers from when I buy 2 boxes and it's just a little too much, so I put it away. I'm going to be using some of these little tiny shells. I like shells. And this, hold on a second, I'm stupid. I'm stuck on lasagna shell, lasagna flakes. So I'm just gonna take this lasagna flakes. I'm just gonna chop them up into pieces, like so. I don't want small pieces, but I want to be able to get like nice little chunks of it. And it's gonna be really good in soup. I'll just shake it, see if anything else is too big. I'll just cut them up. So yeah. That's it. See? Little pieces. I'll show you. This is a nice piece. No, this one's too big. This is the perfect piece. I like pieces like that to grab on the spoon. So yummy. And then if it's so tasty too. Alright, enough blabbing. So let's turn on the big gun, the big pot here. And I don't know. Let's see. Will you cooperate? Okay, so to my pot, the first thing I'm gonna do is add a little oil. Let me get some oil here. So you can add a little bit of oil, not too much, just so we could fry the sofrito. All right, and I have over here some sazon. I have a little sazon that I'm gonna put in to my soup, of course. So I'm gonna do, the first step would be the sofrito. I have to stir fry this a little bit to cook the veggies and you know, to get a nice stir fried. Stir fry them a little, raw vegetables, my sofritos, onion, garlic, peppers, cilantro, recao, ajíes, just a few of them. I have my recipe for the sofrito that you can make at home. And I'm going to add a little tiny bit of water to this because there's a lot of sofrito left in this bag. So, see, I just added a little bit of water and I got mostly all of it out. So that's good. And I have my sofrito in there and I have my oil. I'm going to let all that come to a boil. I have half a packet of tomato paste that I had used only half of it. I used only half of one, so I left the other half. And I'm also going to be using a whole pack, which each of these are like tablespoons. I would say like 3 to 4 tablespoons each. So maybe about 5 tablespoons. I also, my plant said it was okay. Everybody said it was okay. Sorry, said it was real bad. She said it was okay, and I could borrow some oregano leaves from it. So I'm gonna take these oregano leaves, they're my pretty treat, and I'm gonna throw them in my soup. I have peppers. I had a piece of pepper left over, and I didn't want to throw it away, so I said it's perfect to put into the soup. And I also had a little bit of cilantro, so cilantro and pepper, just a little extra to throw in here now so it could all cook together. Because like I said, it's veggies, and since I have more veggies in there already. So, let me see. Am I actually recording? Okay, good. It's right, 15. Let me see. Okay, good. All right, and get a spoon. Alright, so I have my spoon. I'm just going to give this a mixy mix over here. And the next thing I want to do after I cook this down for a few minutes, I'm going to let it cook, okay, for a few minutes. And when it's almost cooked, I'll come back because this has to cook, and I'll show you what it looks like in about 3 or 4 minutes, okay? In about 3 or 4 minutes, or maybe not, since it's sizzling really fast. Okay, look, it's sizzling. So this is gonna be done fast. I want to throw the ingredients like the salt, pepper, and whatever, the sazon, all the seasonings that I'm gonna add. I like to add it when I add the meat. So first is the sofrito, then it's the tomato sauce, and then lastly is the meat, and you'll see how we take it from there. But yeah, these peppers have to cook a few minutes, so I'm just gonna put this spoon right there, and I'm just gonna let this cook up for a few minutes. Okay? While it's cooking, I'll take out the rest of the ingredients. Hi, I'm back. I'm sorry. I started looking through all my ingredients and it started to get a little dark on the side, but this is all ready. See? I was just cooking up some peppers and onion, the cilantro, and it looks really like not cooked. I'm talking like pasty. It looks pasty, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my tomato paste in there, and I'm just going to let this cook it. Let's see how I open this. With a scissor wanda. Okay, so there. Opened it. Stick it out all of it. Alrighty. So that's it. I need a little tiny bit left in there. Get in there. Alright, so I can get rid of this. Okay. So got a little tomato sauce right here. I can take my scissor away. So now I want to melt this down. So I'm going to let this cook up a little bit. I'm going to add just a little tiny bit of water to like help it break down a little. Not a lot. Just a little bit. How about that much? So, see, now it's getting a little bit easier to fold, but again, I'm gonna have to let that. Okay, so you see that's frozen. So I'll be back. Okay, so all my tomato paste melted already. There's no ice in it anymore. And you can see the tomato paste is nice and soft now. So what I'm going to do is just going to add a little bit of water to that. Not a lot. Just about maybe, no, that's too little bit. Hold up. I want to add half a cup. This is a little bit more than half a cup. Hold on. You don't have to be so specific. Okay, half a cup. And what I want to do is I just want to loosen it up again because it's so pasty. I'm going to loosen it up, alright? Let me move this over to the side for a little while so I can use the other side of the pot. And what I want to do, I should have stir-fried it a little bit. I could have stir-fried it a little bit, but no big deal. I'm just going to put it right there on the bottom, like this. And then I'm just going to take the sauce and put it right on top. And I'm just gonna flatten everything down and just leave it right there. Because you're supposed to cook the meat a little bit. I usually do, but my cabinet threw me off a little. I was looking for something and I couldn't find it. It was some celery seeds, which I did find it because I don't have any celery, and I like the taste of celery in my food. So I found the celery, and I'm gonna raise the heat on this, and I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of oil so it could go to the bottom and start giving me like a little fry. Just a little bit of oil. Okay, so like that. So we're just gonna leave this there for a few minutes and let that meat kind of fry on the bottom. Okay, so it can bring out some nice flavors to it. That's a real skinny piece of bone. I've never seen that piece before ever when I brought, but yeah. This is neck bones, part of the neck bones. Kind of look like big necks. Big neck. Okay, never mind. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, while I let that fry, you can see it has a lot of oil in the bottom. So it's good. And I raise the heat. It's not going to hurt the sauce. I'm actually just cooking the meat a little bit. Okay, so let that cook up just for a few minutes, okay? So I'm going to get my cutting board. And I'm going to chop up. I found, wait, let me get my oregano leaves out of here. I don't want to put them in yet. I'll put them in when I add all the seasonings. As I was cleaning, I found this little package that I had there of onion soup mix. Onion soup mix is great on its own. Imagine if it's thrown into a big pot of soup and it gets those flavors. Alright, so I'll have a little bit of onion soup mix there. And what I wanted to do first was cut these carrots, even though I'm not ready. I'm almost ready for them, not quite, because they tend to take longer than the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to cut them up and I'm going to put them in here. But first, like I said, I wanted to give this a little fry. Let's see all the oil go down. It's doing good. It smells so good. And it's smelling so good. So, leave it alone. Don't splash it. Alright, so I'm going to take my napkin and not my napkin. I'm going to grab a dish because I need another little holder there. Don't wait to part my napkin, I might need it. Alright, that's cooking good. As you can see on the bottom, you see all that fry going on in there. That's muy bueno. Muy bueno. So, I have my knife, and I have my cutting board, and I will chop up. These are so pretty, purple little carrots. And they're yellow, purple and yellow. Yellow on the inside and like purple pinkish on the outside. So those are gonna be yummy. Okay, I got a couple of pieces here. I will do the orange. I'm cutting them like julienne style type, I guess. I'm julienne them. That's what it's called when you cut veggies a long way, or is it when you string them up? I don't know. Don't matter. It's not a problem, okay? You cut them the way you want to cut them. Okay, so I'm almost done with my carrot. And I'm going to see how I cut that corn. Probably have to hit it with a mallet. I'm not sure. But, yeah, this is good. It's not burning. It's actually frying good. So, didn't want the sauce to get in there. But, yeah, you could smell it cooking already. Let me loosen that up a little bit. These are pork neck bones. I never saw them with so much meat before. Usually it's just a little bit, but these are pretty meaty. And, okay, I think it's ready now. So, when I say it's ready, it's because it needs some seasonings. And like I said, I have a little bit of celery. I'm just going to put a little bit in there, or I could palm it, because it comes out so much, and I don't want to put that much. Go back in there. Okay, that's good. That's about half a teaspoon of the celery salt. It's not salt, is it? It's just celery seed. Okay, so I'm going to get another very small amount of salt. That's it. Because soup mix just has salt in it. So you have to be conscious of your salt. I'm going to throw that in there, a little package. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper to this. And that's okay. Let it cook up as much as it wants to, because I'm going to be adding the water next. So, okay, got some black pepper in there. And last but not least, and the best. Okay, we throw some sofrito, some sazon in there. Okay, that's it. So that's done, and let's just mix this around. See, I told you it was getting like a little char color on the bottom. That's good. So I'm just going to cook this up just a minute or two, and then I'm going to add the liquid, the water to it. Oh, I forgot something. I can't forget something. I missed something, guys. 1 minute. I'll be right back. I got me some olives. I got to put the olives, and I forgot my leaves, my oregano leaves, my fresh oregano leaves. So I'm just going to peel little pieces off of it so they could just spread out everywhere. Like that, like that. It's like this, and like this, and like that. Okay, so there are my oregano leaves, and then let me get a spoon to spoon out some olives. Olives, capers, and peppers. That's what this is. Olive, capers, and peppers. So, you know me, I always look for the peppers first. Like if I need it, it has so much peppers in here. But okay, that's it. I'm not putting a lot. Just a little bit of flavor. And I'm going to use 2 spoons of the brine. There. That's it. That's the so yummy. I love soup. I don't make it that often, but when I make it on rainy days, hazy days, lazy days. Look how nice this looks. So delicious. Alright, so now, since all my seasonings are already in there and they're very happy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding my water in there, and then I'm going to let that cook for at least about an hour and a half. I think the meat should be tender about an hour and a half, and then I can add some of my rest of my veggies. So let me get my measuring cup. And I start adding the water. There's about 2 cups, or maybe, what does it say? Where's the cups? Okay, cups. This is a cup and a half. If this is 1 cup, this is another 1.5. So I think it should make like 2 cups. This will get like 2 cups. So I put 2 cups, 4 cups. 2, 4, and 6 cups of water. I'm going to need more water later on when this cooks. But for now, I'm just going to give this a nice quick little mixy. And all my veggies are here. They'll be waiting for this. Oh, and I have, you know what? Let's see if I will need a bigger pot once those bones have all, you know, shrunk a little bit. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna leave this alone because this just needs to boil up and cook. But I'm gonna hold on covering it. I don't want to cover it yet. I don't want to cover it yet until I see the boil. okay? Because then it'll take longer than it should. Once I see that it comes to a full boil, then I'll lower it to medium low, so it could stay at a simmer for about an hour and a half. My noodles, last step. That's the last step. And over here, I have some yuca. I made yuca pies the other day, and I have all this yuca, and I'm thinking I have a bigger pot, okay? I'm Puerto Rican. We got pots, big pot, little pot, pastel parts. We got big pots. So I have leftover yuca, and I'm thinking if I defrost some, I can make little yuca bowls, little tiny bowls, and I can add them in there. An extra yum. But I'm gonna bring this to a boil, and then I'm gonna simmer it, and then I'll be back. Okay, after it simmers for about an hour and a half, and then we can see what it looks like. Okay, because this is gonna take a while. It's on high right now. It's on high right now, but it hasn't even begun to boil. So let's leave it alone. A watch pot never boils. Not true. Okay, I'll be back. It still hasn't come to a boil, okay? We're waiting for a boil, but I was gonna show you. See, these are the sizes that I'm gonna cut it up. And I have my little knife right here, or should I say my pretty knife, a big knife. And I'm just gonna make that. I have a little mallet, and I'm just gonna hit it with the mallet. And that way I could get these little circles. So I'll be back later. Hi everybody, I'm back, and this has been cooking for like about an hour already, and you could see that it released all the oil from the meat. See that? All that oil, but I don't want none of that oil, so I'm just gonna remove it because I don't want to have a greasy mouth. I mean, I like steak, but I don't want to have that oil, so I'm just gonna go on top like this. And I'm just going to scoop it out because I don't want the oil. You could do it with a spoon. If you have something else to do it with, you could do it with something else. But I just doing it with a spoon. I'm not trying to remove none of this broth because the broth is amazing. But I do want that oil out. That's not the good oil. That's like saturated fat oil. Okay, so I've gotten most of it out. I just need a little bit more. I don't want to grab none of my veggies. Look at that part. I got some right here. Okay. That's a lot of oil that I took out. I guess it's just a little bit more. Because you don't want that. I love soup, but when it comes, you take a taste of soup and you have like a mouthful of oil and your lips are all oily. It's not too appetizing unless it's something like gelatinous. That's different, but this, listen. Look at all that. I don't like that. So, okay, my meat is all ready. And I'm thinking that I need a little room. I mean, some of the meat is okay, but this is taking up a lot of room. And I need to add my veggies and stuff. So, let me just put this on the side so I can get rid of it. Okay? So, I'm thinking, because the meat is really tender. Let's show you. Hold on. Okay, I think the meat is nice and tender. Let's grab a piece so you could see. Hot stuff. You could see that the meat is nice and tender because it's already separating from the bone. So, I mean, it still needs a little way, but I'm going to cook it. I'm just thinking, see, it's nice. It separates from the bone very easy. So you could tell that that meat is ready. I'm just thinking about the room. Do I have enough room? And about this little piece right here that I don't like the way it looks. It looks like just a big bowl of fat. I'm going to put that to the side. All right, so it looks so thick like kind of like a stew, but that's not what I want it to be. See, it has some big bones that, see. All right, you know what? Let's get on with it. All right, I'm gonna throw my veggies in there and I'm gonna let them cook for about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so I have my corn and my carrots, and I need to add a little bit more water to this because I am planning to make soup. And this is, at this point, this is not soup. It's like a thick broth. Okay, I added my onions, and I'm gonna add some water to that a little bit. Okay, I want to get that soup into a soup state, not to a, because this is like if you're ready to throw it on top of some pasta or something. But you know what, let's just cook this a little bit more. Like I said, I'm gonna bring this back to a full boil, and I'll be back. If I do decide to add, if I do decide to add this juca to it, because it's not totally defrosted yet. I wanted it to be defrosted, but it's not. I really wanted to make some little balls with it, but you know what, this is gonna take another 20 minutes. We'll see what happens with this. So right now, let's just leave it covered and let that cook a little bit. And once my veggies are cooked, all the veggies are cooked, then I can throw in my pasta with another 2 cups of water. So I'll be back. Hello, I'm back, and my carrots and my corn is already cooked. So I have this on low heat. I'm gonna raise the heat to high, and I'm gonna add a little bit more water to it just so I can cook my pasta. So let me get my cup. Oh, here's my cup. You didn't tell me my cup. Okay, so I'm adding this because the sauce is really thick. It's like so thick. All right, so I'm gonna add this water to it. It might seem like a lot, but I need water to cook my pasta. Okay, so all that's done already. So I'm just gonna leave it alone for now, and I'm gonna add this pasta in. Just wanted little pieces of pasta. So, okay, that's it. So I'm gonna add that pasta in, and that's gonna cook up in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, really fast. Okay, so I added that pasta, and I'm gonna add some. I'm not gonna add all of it. Just gonna add like 2 little handfuls because I want the broth, but I want to find these little shells in there too. So I would say my hand is about 1/4 of a cup, but that's it. I don't want it too much because then I'm not going to have any broth. All right, so I'm just going to leave this for 10 minutes. Oops, no, what a mess. What a mess, what a mess. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this cooking uncovered, high heat for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then my soup is ready. Okay, and then I can serve some to show you how beautiful. So I'll be back once this boils. Hi everybody, I'm back, and my soup is ready. So I'm gonna turn it off and give it a little mix here. And you can see all the noodles already cooked up. They're nice and tender, so delicious. You can see the pasta in there. Oh, and the meat, the carrots. Makes you nervous. Okay, no. Let me get a knife, because I have a nice piece of soft challah bread that my daughter gave me. It's so nice and soft. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut little pieces of it. It's for anyone who wants to eat it like with their soup. Have some bread with soup. Amazing. And this is challah bread. See, nice little. Okay, so just gonna cut this up into a few more pieces. like so. I think that's good, just like that. So see how nice it looks? And the challah bread. So you could take little pieces, you could dunk it in your soup. Yummy. All right, so I have my challah bread there, and I have my nice bowl all ready to stir some soup in here. So let's go. All right, you know, you're gonna have to eat the bones and everything, or rather you don't have to eat the bones, but I'm putting the bones in there anyway. And look, have nice pasta and the 2 carrots, and throw a little bit of corn in there, and a little bit more stuffing and everything. And this is a nice broth. I gotta throw the broth in there. This looks really delicious. Can't wait. Anticipation. See, we have some more carrots and corn, and we gotta get a nice piece of that neck bone right there. And I think that's good. That's a nice bowl of soup right there. So that's my recipe. And look at all the little pastas in there. And the meat is so tender. The bones just keep falling out. All right, so this is my dish. This is what I'm giving for dinner. I hope you like it. I hope you follow the recipe because it's delicious. And thank you all for watching. I hope you will have a blessed night and a good meal. Bye, everyone. Good night.